Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. General Hospital suggests that Willow Tate is more distraught than ever, and her frustration with Drew Kane has reached a boiling point. 4 months. Tension has been brewing between Drew Kane and Michael. Though once allies in their shared mission to take down corrupt forces within Port Charles, their relationship fractured after Drew returned from Pentonville a changed man. The once level-headed Drew grew increasingly volatile, hardened by betrayal, and driven by an obsessive need to seek justice on his own terms. Michael tried to remain loyal, but Drew's erratic behavior and questionable alliances created a wedge too wide to cross. But no one could have predicted that the rift between Drew and Michael would end in murder, or that Willow would be the one to point the finger at her own husband. After discovering that Drew was the one responsible for preventing her from seeing Michael Corinthos during his time in Germany, Willow is reeling. This revelation adds to a growing list of grievances. She's also learned about Drew's involvement with Nina Reeves, and how certain decisions may have negatively affected Wiley Corinthos. Now that she feels cut off from her children, Willow's emotional state is becoming increasingly fragile. She's starting to view Drew as the reason behind her heartbreak, and that could push her toward making a drastic move. As Michael continues to deny Willow access to her children, she's becoming more isolated and desperate. From her perspective, Drew's interference led to the breakdown of everything she holds dear. And with Drew still hovering in her orbit, Willow might feel that removing him from her life completely is the only path forward. While Willow's behavior has grown more erratic, those around her remain unaware of how deep her emotional pain runs. With her grip on stability slipping, she could start entertaining a plan, one that she believes would eliminate the source of her suffering and potentially bring her children back. Suppose Willow reaches out to Drew, pretending she's ready to have a heart-to-heart about what lies ahead. She knows Drew still harbors feelings for her and is likely to agree to meet. As they sit down in a private setting, Drew is hopeful, but Willow may have something far more serious on her mind. Imagine the scenario turning tense. She expresses her anguish, blaming him for keeping her away from her children, for playing a part in the collapse of her world. Drew tries to apologize, but Willow is too overwhelmed to hear it. Then, in a dramatic moment, she reveals a weapon, catching Drew completely off guard. Faced with an emotionally charged and unpredictable situation, Drew pleads with Willow to put the weapon down. But her emotions have spiraled. She fires, and Drew collapses, wounded, leaving the scene drenched in consequence. But the story doesn't stop there. Rather than turning herself in, Willow, operating in a deeply irrational state, might try to shift the blame. Her desperation to be with her children overrides everything else. In this fragile mindset, she could plot to frame Michael for the incident. She could take steps to make it look as though the crime leads back to Carly's house, where Michael is currently staying. Perhaps the weapon ends up hidden in Michael's bedroom, setting off a chain reaction that brings Dante Falconeri into the investigation. A search could reveal evidence that raises red flags, and suddenly, Michael is facing serious legal trouble. Sources close to the ABC soap tease that a fatal showdown between Drew and Michael is on the horizon. In a heated confrontation, possibly sparked by Drew's latest scheme that endangered both Wiley and Amelia, Michael loses his temper. What begins as a war of words turns physical. Emotions run high. And in a tragic moment, Drew winds up dead. But was it self-defense? Or something far more sinister? Rather than call the police immediately, Willow hesitates. She sees Michael standing over Drew's lifeless body, shock and fear written all over his face. But instead of standing by her husband, Willow makes a chilling decision. She calls the cops and claims she saw Michael kill Drew in cold blood. Why would Willow betray Michael? Why frame the man she vowed to love forever? Insiders suggest the answer lies in Willow's quiet transformation. Ever since her near-death experience and bone marrow transplant, Willow has become increasingly aware of the darkness surrounding the Corinthos family. From Sonny's violent empire to Michael's increasingly ruthless tactics, Willow has begun to fear for her children's future. Privately, she's expressed concern that Michael is becoming just like his father, a man who always claims to protect his family but leaves destruction in his wake. And then there's Nina. Despite all the drama surrounding Nina's SEC tip and her shattered relationship with Willow, the two women have recently begun repairing their bond. Willow, desperate for a maternal figure after losing Harmony and facing the possibility of a shortened life due to ongoing health complications, has leaned on Nina more than ever. Could Nina have whispered poisonous advice in Willow's ear, convincing her that Michael is a danger to her and the kids? Or perhaps Nina manipulated the situation to take down Michael for revenge. Another theory suggests that Willow is actually trying to protect Michael. It's possible she believes a self-defense claim won't hold up in court. By framing Michael and controlling the narrative, she may hope to orchestrate a legal strategy that ultimately clears his name while ensuring that she remains the primary guardian of the children should things go south. But there's also a darker theory, one that paints Willow not as a desperate protector, but as a woman pushed too far. Some fans speculate that Willow may have accidentally caused Drew's death herself, perhaps during a confrontation gone wrong, and is now framing Michael to cover her tracks. Could Willow's guilt over her involvement be the real reason she turned on her husband? Meanwhile, Michael is blindsided. He maintains his innocence, but the evidence appears stacked against him. Drew's blood is on his hands, literally. The security footage near the Coeur d'Alene boathouse mysteriously went missing, and the only eyewitness, the woman he loves, is testifying against him. Unfolds. Sonny Corinthos steps in. Though estranged from Michael in recent months, Sonny refuses to believe his son is capable of murder. He launches his own underground probe, tasking Dex with uncovering the truth. Dex, still loyal to both Sonny and Michael, starts digging, and what he finds could change everything. Clues begin to emerge. A text message from Drew threatening to expose someone in the family, a call log showing a heated exchange with Willow shortly before the incident, and a witness who saw Willow near the scene before she claimed to arrive. Could the whole thing be a setup? Adding fuel to the fire, Carly returns from visiting Bobby in Amsterdam and is devastated by the news. She immediately senses something's off with Willow's story. Carly, never one to sit back and let the legal system do its job, takes matters into her own hands. She pressures Diane to take Michael's case and quietly begins her own investigation, starting with Nina, whom she's convinced had a hand in all of this. As Carly digs deeper, she uncovers a shocking detail. Willow recently accessed Drew's sealed medical records at GH. The reason? Still unknown. But it raises serious questions about what Willow may have discovered, and whether it played a role in Drew's demise. Meanwhile, the Coeur d'Alene family is torn apart. Monica returns to town in full matriarch mode, demanding answers and determined to honor Drew's memory. Brooklyn is caught in the middle, trying to support Michael while remaining loyal to her family. And Ned, still angry over past betrayals, surprisingly comes to Michael's defense, believing his stepson has been wrongly accused. As the trial looms, Willow's testimony becomes the centerpiece of the prosecution. Her calm demeanor, tearful recollections, and insistence that Michael snapped under pressure sway the public. Social media in Port Charles erupts with debate. Is Michael guilty? Is Willow lying? Or is someone else pulling the strings? The courtroom scenes are set to be some of the most explosive in recent General Hospital history, with secrets unraveling, alliances shifting, and the fate of the Corinthos family hanging in the balance. Fans can expect jaw-dropping twists. But is any of this truly possible? While Willow is certainly struggling and has shown signs of emotional strain, it's not clear just how far she'll go. Would she really take such extreme action? Could she justify framing Michael, someone she once loved and trusted, to reclaim access to her children? Or is this just a spiral of dark thoughts clouding her judgment, destined to unravel before it's too late? One thing's for sure, General Hospital is turning up the intensity like never before. With Willow at a crossroads and Drew and Michael caught in the fallout, the next chapter could change everything. The fallout from Drew's death will echo across Port Charles for months. Relationships will be destroyed. Families will fracture. And nothing will ever be the same. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.